better person, and welcome to Voice of the People.
Sebastian J. Mali have the magic finger.
Greetings to a better person, and welcome to Voice of the People with your current person, Gaga, a come on top ATV Live. Voice of the People, and that program when I tell they give you mic, maybe want to hear your voice until matter when they play for the news. No time to waste, so I beg, if you never subscribe to this channel, make you run am sharp. Thank you. The matter I can give you today now, discipline, and this one now on how to discipline pikin. Different people get different opinion when it comes to this matter, and that's why I want to enter the street to find out from them whether they feel say is they okay to discipline pikin with whether na cane o, whether na belt o, or whether na hand to take knock their back or knock them for their bum bum. I want to know whether you agree with this or you dey against them, and that's why I dey enter the street to find out what people think. Dey with me. So, madam, what do you think about beating as form of discipline, whether na for school, teacher dey flog pupil, or na for even compound, neighbor dey use and dey knack pikin say wetin you do dey wrong? You dey in support of this kind of discipline or you dey against am?
I'm not against it. I'm in support of it in the sense that the area, it is biblical, because it is in the Bible that when you spare the rod, you spoil the child, and when you spare the rod, you definitely spoiling the child. There is a way of beating a child that will not inflict any injury. When you flog a child and you inflict injury on any physical part of the child, that one is corporal punishment. It's not good. It's not good, both in school, both in families, and all the while. But to flog is okay. But to discipline that child, to make that child to know or to realize that what he or she is doing is not good. It is wise to beat a child, but at a minimal way, a way of helping the child to go on the right directives. Because if you don't discipline a child while he is growing, you say we should train up a child on the way he or she will go. When he grows up, he will not deviate from it. If you allow the child to be anything that child does, you just allow the child will grow with it, and becomes a nuisance to the society at large. So beating is a way of discipline children, both in school and but it should not be a kind of corporal punishment, beating them to stupor or inflicting any injury on their body. That one, I'm against it.
Before this time, even when we dey small, our African people dey correct children, but this time now the wahala don too much. Some way they wan correct, they go even correct in a very wrong way. They want to beat the children, wound them. So this time I no support beating. Make them correct them with other instruction. Tell them say this is what they do no good, when they don't do another thing.
Yes, I really dey in support of the beating, because those days when we dey grow up, our parents and our neighbor, when our parents not dey around, if we misbehave, our neighbor go even beat us. And when our parents go even come back, we complain, he go even thank the person who will say for maltreating my kids or my children the right way. So beating of children is very good. These days now, if you check out all those ones where they're not the beat, don't turn to so many things. You don't bring in courtesy, no respect, no regard. You go see them, they go dey plaited. You go see male, go dey plaited. You go see male, go dey turn to woman. Based on say that's home discipline. They don't lost them. So that's my own opinion.
I don't dey support of am. I dey support, but not be every time, because they say too much of everything not good. They say, even Bible say, do not spare the rod, because if you spare the rod, you will spoil the child. So you get the time where pikin go need beating, and you get the time where now the thing na to know when pikin go need beating and to know when you not need beating.
Why you not support am?
I no support am. Okay, if you take the example now, say most of us now, for when we small, our parents dey use beating to follow up because I be very good. But you go say even with that beating, so the results no still be wetin they want.
You sure?
Yes.
So
So
imagine.
in many cases, let me hit it. And if you look at from a point of, let's say, psychology now, there are more positive ways to reinforce that behavior you want than using beating.
I'm in support of it now. Of course, every child needs to be disciplined because I don't know if you leave them without disciplining them. I'm pretty sure they will grow up and they will like start acting arrogant or start behaving like all these white kids. So I feel like as far as you are a child, you are still attaining, that level of growing up. You are not yet an adult. You need discipline. I mean, once in a while, they go use cane, correct your mind, just set you on the right track. So I think it's something that is, yes, it's okay. So,
I no dey in support of am because beating no dey make the pikin no dey show discipline because pikin wey don dey used to cane, if you flog am today flog am tomorrow, e go still do that same thing because e don dey used to cane. But you get different ways wey you go fit tell the pikin, correct the pikin, and him go learn the change.
So your mama and your papa beat you when you dey grow up.
Omo, they beat me.
So the beating not help you.
E help me
So why you confuse say e not go help your children?
The technology don change now. This age na indomie children, so if you too beat them, you understand, the way they use beat us, e give us plenty wound for body. Like I get wound for my body now, my father flog me, the wound no go. So that way now, no see na good way to raise up children. So
You go beat your children or you go flog?
I go beat because my mama beat me, so I go beat.
For now if it is no wahala.
From my own point of view, I support it.
Okay, why?
Okay. The Bible made us understand that it's not that I'm not conversant with the particular portion of the Bible, but I could remember
When I say spare the rod, spoil the child.
not only sparing the rod and spoiling the child. He said foolishness is tied around
Advancing the heart of a child.
Yes,
but the
yeah,
rod
but the rod of
speed.
good brings it back. So
The rod now be the cane. So
of course, not only if you actually want to chase them, you don't do that in anger. You do that with love. Even Christ, who we are mimicking, or our Heavenly Father, he do punish his beloved ones.
I would say I'm totally not in support of beating children with cane or any other thing. But everything, anything wey you dey do for life, you get the way you go do am reach. Understand? If you fit dey beat your child, it's not totally wrong. It's not totally wrong, but it depends on how you do it. Understand? If you dey always dey beat your children with cane, understand? They always dey beat your children with maybe always overdoing it will get to a point that your child will get used to that beating, and that your beating will not be anything to him. So the best approach to discipline your child is by talking to him, educating your child. The best way to me is not by beating. If you continuously beating your child, it will get to a point where that your child will get used to that beating, and it will be like sometimes you will be like, is it not only beat you will beat?
So you
Once you
believe
beat
say
finish,
3 years old pikin, 4 years old pikin, if you talk to her, you go understand.
yeah, depends on the way you start with that your child. It will definitely understand.
Your parents beat you.
But yeah,
They not beat you.
but no, my mother, you can't say that with mothers now.
Your mama
Mothers,
beat you.
ma,
So why you not contain in support of you beating your children?
I am telling you,
The beating when your mama beat you not help you become better person.
no, not at all, not at all.
If they not beat the pikin, how the pikin go change wetin dey do? Beating dey very very good because even the Bible e say spare the rod and spoil the child. Pikin when you say do bad thing, you don tell am e no hear, then the next one you go need na cane. But this generation wey dey now say cane no dey work again because parents now dey no make dem beat their pikin. So if teacher beat pikin, say pikin do bad thing, nothing dey wrong there o. Even if na your neighbor for compound, the pikin do bad thing, na only you go train your pikin. Only one person no dey train pikin. Pikin wey dey born, na everybody na dey train am. That is why the environment dey influence the growth of the or development of any child. So if your neighbor, na good neighbor sef na go even see say your pikin do bad thing, help you dey help you dey correct am. So if your pikin do bad thing and your neighbor flog that pikin, na good. You help it.
So na only beating na be the better form of training. So apart from beating, other forms of discipline not dey when they fit use.
there is other forms of discipline, like if they're the kind that goes out, you can tell them not to, you can ground them so that they will not leave the house. You can seize their appliances, maybe if they use phones or laptop or all these things, you can seize it. You can also maybe stop them from doing some, maybe if you normally take them out every weekend or every Sunday to maybe ShopRite, all these things, you can not, maybe for a month or 2 months you will not take them to go anywhere. So it depends on how you handle your children, but not just beating. There are other forms of ways you can discipline your kid.
When you see say you dey talk to am, you dey give am example too, but sometimes too when you talk to am 2-3 times you no hear, you go beat am small.
And let's say if you get a picking that made something now, say the picking no do am, you get other forms of punishment wey you fit give. Wey the picking no say if you no do this, if you do this next time, the parents go maybe take something wey they like, something like that. Or if you want make they do something, you go encourage them by giving them that something wey they like. In psychology, they dey use them. You go use them to maybe say you want to say train something like animals now. You go reinforce them. You go give the animal wetin they want. You go say the more they do am, the more they go do that thing.
There are so many punishment, different punishment wey you fit use, like facing the wall or telling the child some other things.
It might be cane. It might be words of the mouth. There is a way you talk to somebody and maybe you see that person showing a feeling of remorse. Some people will use cane. So it depends on individual.
Haven't you seen that a child, once they spoil something, they know that they spoil something and try to maybe cover it up with another thing. In the process, maybe they make another wrong. If you are that, they have those kinds of parents that always beat them. And once that child spoils something, what they want to do is to immediately cover up with another thing. And in that process, they mostly spoil a bigger things. That's because that beating is the problem. If it's a mother that used to always correct them with talk, with maybe educating them, if you spoil something like this is the right way to do it. Avoid doing this thing. If you continuously talk to them like that, once they spoil that thing, they will know that, I have spoiled this thing, and what will I do? Maybe I'll just run to go and tell my mom that I spoiled this thing. They'll just go, because they know if they tell their mom, they will not beat them, but it will correct them. And they may likely not go back to that thing again, because the mom will talk. But if you beat them, see, they know that if they spoil anything, as small as that child is, they spoil something, they know that they have done something bad. They know. So talking to them is the right approach, not beating them. You can maybe threaten them with something. If you are a parent that used to buy them food or buy them gifts, threaten them with that. If you spoil this thing, I'm not going to buy you this thing. Some children will just stop. They will control their ways. But if you continuously beat that your child, no more. Beating doesn't really change it. Beating doesn't really change.
You just said what I thought say you get when pikin need beating. Now you get the way you take beating. You not really need to beat pikin wey be say you go come get scar for body. You get the way you take tap pikin. And the pikin will know say yes. So beating don't mean say you go beat am brutally in a way wey be say the pikin go come get scar for body. No, that's not the kind of beating wey me I dey talk with that. Beating be say you fit just tap the pikin for yansh. The pikin go know say yes. So you get reason wey you take tap am for back or shey you understand. Na the kind beating wey me I mean be that. Not be the kind beating wey be say you go come show for the pikin body. Maybe the pikin go come im parent go come see scar for im body. Na that kind beating I dey talk.
You know, when you talk of this discipline, wisdom, pikin wey be say be 20 years, the way you go take discipline that pikin, not be the same way you take the person wey be around that kind 6 years or 3 years. You know, even when you dey beat pikin, say you beat pikin, get that for mind. The two way make you dey beat that pikin, not the same as you need the pikin. Now for correction. So that when you beat that child tomorrow go say, this is my papa or mama did to me, or this my neighbor did to me, now to correct it. When you get that for mind, as you beat that pikin with one hand, and they use the other hand, they take the blood, they do they talk. Because when you don't beat that pikin, the reason why you beat that child, you will let the child know. Say, see what me did they beat you. And if you never die for me, if I never correct a child, to beat that child, I feel say that child, no, I'm not supposed to beat it. I'm supposed to correct you first. So when you talk about this beating, the punishment they differ. Like when we they grow up, our parents those days, you get the time you say, one of my sister that time, you get what you do. Not be me even they involved, but my father and all of us that punished, because if you say me, as senior, I'm supposed to correct others. But not be me the person who does the thing. But as far as I know so that thing happen, I'm supposed to correct my younger ones. So now say it be.
So what do you get to talk about parents when say may they not touch their children at all, may they not beat them? For school or may teacher not flog them. If anything happen, may they report their pikin to them. Now then go discipline their children. What do you get to talk about that?
That one not too good because when you carry your pikin go school, you don't give am to somebody to take care of the child for you. But not be say make dem beat am, wound am. But at least even if na one stroke for hand or for bottom, but not be the one they go flog them or their body wound them.
As a born teacher, so we have had such cases that some parents that do side their children that you should not beat their children. You will see and you will agree with me because the analysis or the research we carried out shows that majority, if not 70% of such children that their parents doesn't want to be disciplined by caning, they become wayward. Really? They become wayward, yes. A colleague like that, both the parents are teachers, but they had only one child, being a male. Because they will say, don't beat my child, don't beat my son, he's the only child of my life, this and that. And they allow that child. No matter the kind of a rebuke you give to that child, he will not listen because the parents are there to defend him. And now he is no longer, they send him to higher institution. He came out without certificate. He went there and misbehaving, living a kind of life that is not worthwhile. So in fact, those parents, they don't know what they are doing. In fact, that is the end thing.
I feel like it depends though. If a parent doesn't want to beat his children, then you don't have to impose it on them to beat their children. It's not about choice. Not everybody likes using physical beating to correct their children. Some people also prefer gentle parenting. So it all depends. But if a parent say that this teacher should not beat my kid, you can't force the person to. You can't go against what the person does not want. So you just have to respect their wishes. Don't beat the kid. But if the kid can't do something, maybe say it warrants to better flogging, forget the parents, flog and woto, nothing go happen. Eat am like correct am well. Yes, person go shout. Okay, let me say the person does maybe put somebody in danger, put your fellow classmates in danger. You just want me to just live my life because the parents say not to beat him. Me, I will beat you well. I go correct you so that next time, if your mama knows sabi train you, at least and ask the way people want to train you.
There are ways of disciplining people. It's not, like I said, it's not always using cane. You can even put it in a note. Either send words of one to the mother. Look at what your child has been doing. If he repeats this thing again, I will punish him. As long as you are the class teacher, that child is kept under your supervision. So if he or she does something wrong, you need to punish him. I'm against parents who go to the school fighting teachers. You've forgotten that you brought them for training. Okay, if you don't want them to be punished, then let them remain at home and you do the teaching there. Is it easy? It's not easy. So to me, I don't even give a damn if you flog my child. At times they will say, my auntie flogged me like my children. They say my auntie, I say, you've done something wrong. But you don't go to the extent of inflicting injury. That's why I use the word, if you want to punish, you should do that in love.
Yeah, you don't hear the voice of the people as it concerns beating as form of discipline for children. Why some people feel say beating they necessary because some children, when you don't talk, if they're not here, you need to beat them. Others feel say not be beating be the best way and the only way to correct children. You get other methods when you feel apply. So your own as parent now to find out the way. Anyways, you need to understand, say, the Child Rights Act for Nigeria, they against corporal punishment. So if you must discipline your pikin, discipline them the right way. Now you have to match and break for today, Voice of the People. Thank you as you pinned down with me. Oh, Gaga Ekama. Don't waka.
So I say, J Mali, I'm the magic finger.